It's the legend of Zelda, and it's really rad. Those creatures from Ganon are pretty bad. Octoroks, Tektites, Levers too. But with your help, our hero pulls through. Yeah, go Link, yeah, get Zelda. Awesome. Intense.
The Nintendo Entertainment System. Your parents help you hook it up. The Legend of Zelda sold separately.
Like a ghost in the moonlight, the ninja warrior stalks his prey. Unseen, unheard, and unnoticed. Mission accomplished. The final battle begins. Ninja Gaiden for Nintendo from Tecmo. Coming soon, more hard-to-beat action. Tecmo Bad News Baseball.
Do unto others as others do unto you. New Vectorman 2, only on Sega Genesis.
It's just video game reviews! Okay, last week Harley and I reviewed Ultra Enviroman. Whack to the curb. It has got to go. So today, we're gonna take a look at Battletoads. Rocket! That it is, I mean, they got Psycho Pigs and Turbo Thwacking. And with kick fighting, surfing, babe saving, how can you go wrong? Your kid's a freak for Battletoads and these other games from Trade West, Nintendo Entertainment, or Game Boy systems required.
And now today's traffic report from Super Mario Kart.
It's a real race out there today, folks. People are driving like animals. The turnpike split in two, and a turtle shell is making travel impossible for one motorist. Over on the freeway, it's bumper to bumper, door to door, wheel to wheel, you name it. And check your rear view. Some blockheads are causing major delays. There's already been one accident there. And watch out over on I-94. A banana peel is making things a little slippery. And that's traffic.
With two-player split-screen action, you've never been in a race like this. Super Mario Kart, only for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. No wonder the best play here.
Good morning and welcome in to the Retro Talk Show. I, as many of you know, am gaining ground. Thursday, almost to Friday. Congratulations on everybody making it through the week so far. Today we're going to be finishing up Chrono Trigger. We're basically at the final battle. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully we don't need to go back and try to grind or do anything like that. So looking forward to that. Never beat the game before, so being able to see the ending is going to be pretty exciting. And also got an additional NES working. And now we need to find a suit. I don't like the 72 pin connector that's in there. And good morning, Mr. Manchong. So I need to find a better 72 pin connector. I've got a bunch that are used. It's just one that I just need to find one that's a little tighter. That's what she said, or he said, whatever. So yeah, pretty cool on that. I thought I was only going to be able to, out of the 6 like parts of consoles that I got, because most of them weren't even really consoles. I thought, I was only going to be able to get 3 working, but it looks like I've got 4, and a GameCube working. So that's good. That's good. The other boards I don't have all of the parts necessary to complete an NES, any spare parts that is. So, but we need to give it a little bit of time before we jump in, because we are just literally straight at the final battle. Had a bunch of people in yesterday that were pretty excited about being there, so I don't want them to show back up and it's like, oh yeah, we did that, an hour ago. or 20 minutes ago, or whatever the case may be. So let's just give people a little bit of time to show up. Oh, and Mr. Manchong, I tried to send you the DMP files. And for some reason, Discord wasn't letting me upload them. Might be because of where they're at and the fact that they're on my C drive, and they require administrative privileges to move around. And anyways, I did load them into, what is that program called? I'm risking crashing. Well, hopefully I'm not risking crashing. That WinDBG or WinDebug preview program. I've looked at it a couple of times, and both crashes, at least in that evaluation, say that they're different programs. One was due to an issue with Streamlabs, and the other was due to an issue with the Twitch UI, which I accidentally launched and ended up causing a blue screen this morning. The blue screen this morning also, like, it stayed up long enough for me to see the error message that pops up on the blue screen. And so that actually said memory, like a problem with the memory manager. I can't remember what it said verbatim. So I don't know what the fuck's going on. I figure that switching from an 8-core 16 thread to a 12-core 24 thread would allow me to multitask more. So, and I know I don't want to say I know, but I as far as I know, I wasn't having any issues with any of my hardware before all this. So I'm kind of at a loss as to what's going on. I had another issue with a different program this morning, but it was on their side. All of their servers went down. So there's the fact that the system was so stable for so long, and then there were a couple of updates, and now there's issues. Yeah, I did. And I might be able to do that now. Let's see what happens if I do it now. If I crash, I'll be right back. But I can tell you what it says. Oh, hold on. I forget that you need to launch this as administrator. So go to File, and then we go to Open Dump File. There we go. And so the one from... Do you want to see the one from yesterday, or do you want to see the one from this morning? Because I may not be able to, like, the latest. Okay. All right. Run exclamation point analyze. Okay, it's doing its thing. And since it's already ran, it didn't need to download anything else. Okay. What are you looking for? The failure bucket ID? Stat command. Image, let's see. So he says, oh, memory management 1A. Any other values for parameter 1 must be individually examined. Argument S. Argument 1. Bunch of zeros 41792. A corrupt PTE has been detected. Parameter 2 contains the address of the PTE. Parameter 3 of 4 contain low/high parts of the PTE. I don't know what that means. And then it's got a argument 2, quadruple F, EF code, debugging details, blah, 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 blah. Key analysis lapse, initialization. You'd need the whole dump, to be honest. how do I get you, like, I don't want to. The root error, like unexpected kernel mode trap 7F. Let's see. So would it be called root error? Save the dump somewhere and send you a link. You know what? I wonder. Okay, here we go. Big brain, big brain. What I'm going to do is open up File Explorer. And I think the reason why the failure to upload was it's because it requires administrative privileges. It's a small file, so it should be small enough for me to upload into Discord. So what I'm going to do is go to the file location. Where are you saved? Is it under users? No, it's not under users. It's under program files, I think. Is it just straight under Windows? Yeah, it's probably straight under Windows. So much stuff. There you are. Mini dump. And so what I'm going to do is copy. Copy. And then we're going to paste onto the desktop. Continue. All right. Now, launch Discord. I'll send you this privately. And so I'll, it's like 4 megs. All right, Mr. Manchong. Where are you? There you are. I click on it. Oh, now I know what it's saying. This device. That's because my phone's not hooked up to the PC. Wait. Desktop. There you are. Yeah. It was failing. I was trying to do this last night, but because it requires administrative privileges, like it was failing to do the upload. There you go. It's sent privately. Let me know what you can find out from that, because I need to know what the problem is. I'm hoping it's just some sort of, because it hasn't been consistent as to what has caused a crash, right? So I've played a little bit of MTG Arena. God, I'm an old school Magic player. Like, you know, I started learning the game back in like Unlimited and beta, like super early on when I was in high school. And what it has evolved into nowadays is just, it's not anywhere near as fun. It's like, it's cool that I can pick up a game and play for 5-10 minutes and then go do something else. Like if I'm waiting for, you know, something to happen, I've got 5-10 minutes to kill, I'll go ahead and play a game or two of Arena. But it's just, it doesn't feel like, it feels almost like Magic, but not quite what it used to be. So it's crashed during that. I've had weird Unity crashes. I've had problems with Streamlabs, voice mod, different Elgato software, and I mean different aspects of different software crashing. Like I don't know. I don't know. I did notice that since I removed, like I had a hard cap on the was it the SoC voltage? Basically CPU voltage. And I set it to 1.25 volts so that I was pretty much like not letting the CPU get any more voltage than that. just to keep temps super low and make the chip last as long as possible. Was still able to hit like single core boost of a SATA issue. Great. Do I have a page file set? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Maybe. If it's a SATA issue, it could be a motherboard issue, could be a drive issue. Could be a driver issue, maybe. Like my OS is on an M.2 drive. NVMe M.2, not SATA NVMe, or not SATA M.2, but NVMe M.2. And everything else is done with SATA. Check cables and SATA drivers. Why you do this? Why you do this? Computer, why you do this? All right, I will. I have like switched around fans recently, and so maybe something just got a little jostled. I'll reset, a reseat, I guess, the cables, and hopefully that is the issue. But what would a page file tell me? Trying to remember where page file sys is. It's usually on my main C drive. Well, hopefully I'm not having a problem with my main C drive, because that's an M.2 drive. I have that in an M.2 slot. So I wonder. Page files temp. I know it like saves like a snapshot kind of where your system is. I know that's kind of the idea behind it is multitasking, and then not needing, you know, to have some stuff like that running. But everything seems to be getting like more and more RAM hungry. Yeah. Well, I've got it's running at 3200 megahertz, you know, DDR4. So it's, you know, the single data rate is, because DDR double data rate is 1600. So geez, I wonder. If I should shut everything down, reseat the M.2, because a lot of the programs that I'm having an issue with are installed on my C drive. Like Streamlabs is on my C drive. And some of the other, not all, actually, not all. But I've had random problems with Firefox, and that's on my C drive. Crystal Disk Image. What does Crystal Disk Image do? The smart rule out of a failing drive. I also have hardware. Go ahead and launch it. Hardware Info 64. And I've hidden a bunch of, because all of my drives said, you know, the smart technology for the drives. It had all that, but I freaking hid them because they're so, I have a lot of drives. It will run smart. Not sure. No, I don't. Hardware info is just the sensor readings. But I mean, and all of my drives said 100% health on that. So I don't know if it reads the smart technology or what, but it's like each drive comes up twice. Once for like regular sensors and a second time with the smart technology. And I have two SSDs in a RAID 0 array. I've got two hard drive disks, one 2 terabyte and one 6 terabyte for more mass storage. And then I've got an NVMe M.2 drive for operating system and essential programs. So I've got a bunch of drives in there and it just was flooding hardware info. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna hide all this shit. Crystal disk info. I'll have to check into that. I hope nothing's failing though. I hope nothing's failing. That's the last thing that I need. The computer needs to keep running. Found the page file. Open up control panel. All right, let's see. This is not retro, just saying. All right, so system. Advanced system. No, you're not there. Dude. No, I'm not going to try to I'm not going to try to run it now, but I can at least take a look. So hold on. Okay, system. I don't want to see if I can just click on system. It pulls up another window that's just settings, and it gives me the the ability to rename this PC and copy different device specifications. That type of deal. Advanced system settings. There we go. I just want to look. Performance. Settings. I have it set to... virtual manage. Yeah, I do have it set. Total paging file size for all drives is 4 gigs, basically. 4,864 megabytes. I'm not going to change that now. So I have that enabled. Can that cause crashing? I'm all concerned about this because it's like it contains the address of PC. 1 second. I want to read this. Probably not the best time, but it's curiosity. Like coming across something that I don't understand or don't know is like I'm gonna take one of two approaches, right? I'm either gonna go fuck that, or I'm going to go, okay, let's try to understand this and learn a little bit. To a read error in the page file. Interesting. Okay. Now, my analytical brain is pointing me into several different options, right? Okay, it could be that I can close these now because I'm not going to do this during stream. It could be that for whatever reason my M.2 drive during reconstruction got jostled a little bit and isn't making a good connection. I mean, like an NES cartridge doesn't seat properly, and you can get errors. I think that's unlikely. Could be that there is an issue with that on my motherboard, to where there's something failing in that whole mechanism. It could be a driver, possibly a driver issue. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I wonder. Here, you know what? I'm gonna send you the other crash also, Mr. Manchong. That way you can see if it's the same. You know what? I'm gonna need to copy it. That way you can see if it's the same issue. Yeah, I have 32 gigs of RAM. That way you can see the same crash that I had last night. All right, I've got a bunch of these. Oh no, I did. Yeah, no, that's the one I sent you. Here we go. This is the one from yesterday morning. Yeah, 20 minutes into the stream, 15 minutes, 20 minutes into the stream, I decided to go poop. So let us copy and paste. All right, there it is. And there's the one from yesterday. You can tell which, I'll just... There you go. Let me know if that's the same thing. Because if it's something like that, if it's something that is easy for me to address, I'm going to go ahead and try to address it, as opposed to just hoping that there's going to be like that, or that it's a driver issue and I have to wait for a developer to address it. You know, because there's multiple services that I use, and some of those services have had issues recently. So, I mean, that leads me to believe that it's not just me experiencing problems, that there may be a driver issue that could be causing these errors. But it's like, I don't know if disabling the page, right? If that, there has to be something that's causing that issue, right? So if it's not reading properly and the page system file isn't, you know, or whatever that's causing the crash, I don't know if that's going to prevent further crashing. And now I have disabled a certain feature of Windows that's there for whatever reason that may be beyond my understanding. There was, back on one of my old systems, when, you know, the big switch to Windows 10 came around, there was that video by Barnacle Nerdgasm, right? About disabling some of the spyware and data collection from Windows, and you go in and you change all this and you delete certain registries. And he's like, I accept no responsibility if this breaks Windows in the future. And I went ahead and did a bunch of that stuff, and then later had many issues with Windows. And so it makes me reluctant to disable certain things and just like willy-nilly, you know, changing stuff without fully understanding what effect it's going to have. I did a little bit of reading about the fight that we've got coming up in Chrono Trigger, and this is going to be tough. I'm not sure if we're like the recommended level. So I guess we're going to find out. I think at this stage we can still back out and grind if necessary. So we do have it's saved right before the fight starts. You know, we'll see what happens. But what's weird is, and what's getting me is, it's not always a BSOD. It's not always the blue screen, right? It sometimes, like yesterday at the end of the stream, towards the end of the stream, how OBS just stopped responding. It didn't want to work. It didn't want to work with the Stream Deck. Initially, I thought it was my Stream Deck. My Stream Deck was trying to communicate with OBS and it just wasn't working. You know, I could navigate in the menus that I have set up, but like even trying to interact directly with OBS, it was unresponsive. There was a grayed out window. It just all kinds of weird stuff. So I'm curious, because that was a pretty hard crash. And while you're looking at that, I think I'm going to go ahead and leave you with some retro commercials to enjoy while I take a potty break real quick.
Why go to the next level when you can go light years beyond? You are Fox McCloud in Star Fox, only for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System.
Crystallis, new from SNK. For play on the Nintendo Entertainment System. Are you up to the challenge?
This is Cowabungie, and this is Cowabongo. But the turtles for your 16-bit system are Cowabunga! Holy cow, it's Turtles in Time! The cool arcade game for Super NES. Now with tasty turtle duels. And psych up your Sega Genesis with the Hyper Stone Heist and all new 3D Turtle Crash. So remember, this is Cowabingo. But the turtles for Super NES and Sega Genesis are...
Cowabunga, dude.
What is that? Come on, guys. Welcome aboard the Turtle Blimp. Does this thing actually work? Just watch. It's the Turtles' gigantic and wacky attack aircraft, the Turtle Blimp, featuring pistol grip and wacky bombs with trigger release. Cowabunga! And of course, with the detachable turtle glider, the boys can drop in anytime for pizza or punch. From Playmates.
Okay, so it's two different issues. A DirectX driver, still digging around for anything else. So yeah, disabling page file system, or the page system file system, whatever. That little snapshot feature, I'm not sure would solve the issue. So, at this point, it's leading to maybe a failing part of the motherboard, or a failing part of the M.2 drive. The M.2 drive is cheaper to to replace than the motherboard. I'm using a Crosshair 7 Hero Wi-Fi motherboard. Check layer 1 first, then try and update BIOS. What do you mean by check layer 1? And as far as I know, I'm on the most recent updated BIOS. I had to update the BIOS in order to upgrade from the 2700X to the 3900X. Oh, layer 1. In other words, the most likely and primary area of failure, the physical layer. Yeah. So I'll check into that Crystal Drive program and see what happens. Make sure all the drives are okay. Because if it's a problem with the drive, then it should be detected there. Please do not take the sexual pleasure away. What do you mean? Oh, the drive? I'm lost. I'm a little slow today, damn it. I'm a little slow every day, but today's I feel exceptionally slow. Why, you ask? Physical data networking. What? What the fuck is T? T is a letter of the alphabet. Transport. PDT. Wait, PDNT. Please do not take sexual pleasure. Oh, okay. It's an acronym. It's an acronym. Interesting. Like, for music, every good boy does fine. EDGAF. And FACE. Right? I think that's what it is. I used to read music. A long time ago. Long time ago. God, middle school a long time ago. That's a fucking... Jesus. That's longer ago than many of my viewers have been alive. Very handy when troubleshooting. Yeah. Please, I was like, what the fuck did I say that could be, you know, please do not, like, I had no idea. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna end up doing. We've got the in-laws inbound shortly. They're gonna be here for a few months. So it'll be interesting to see how that impacts streaming. You learned that in the Navy? Yeah. And then because they're on their way, need to make sure we've got accommodations ready, you know, the place looking nice and you know, where they park the RV and stuff like that. I want to make sure is fairly prepped, and that takes a bunch of work, and it's not a problem. I actually enjoy having them here. They're good company and good people, and have been amazingly supportive of both Muse and myself. So, but it's them being here for months. It'll be interesting to see how streaming and the bandwidth that's available, like, you know, if I've got to make adjustments, I've got to make adjustments. I kind of want to wait for a few more people to show up before we jump into Chrono Trigger. Yeah, in fact, the last time they came up right before no, they came up like at the start, not before, but at the start of the COVID lockdowns and stuff, and ended up like staying because this where we are is probably one of the safest places to be, you know, given the information that we were given at the time, that it was so deadly and, you know, oh my God, it's 10% of people are gonna die. Bring in the kiddos and see, you know, Colorado's cool. Been there a couple of times. Yeah, 2 weeks to flatten the curve, my ass. And then what got me is like when we started getting the data that showed that, hey, this isn't as bad as we thought. we still continued, and we are still continuing on, you know, oh my God, stop the spread. It's like, what? And as far as like vaccinations are concerned, I'm not getting vaccinated. Fuck that. Like, what are the long-term effects? Oh, we don't know. We're just gonna throw... No, thanks. No. Some vaccines, in my opinion, have been effective in, like, you know, eliminating and reducing certain things. Not all vaccines are that way. And here's... Yeah, I know, Mr. Manchong, I know. It's like, look around at what we're seeing. But then you see things like India, right? One of the most densely populated places, and in many cases is basically like a third world country. And you're seeing the media report on the death toll and how they're struggling. We need to send vaccines. It's not that I'll put it this way. I have a hard time believing stuff that the mainstream media has put out there, right? And there's money to be had. Think about it this way. You are a manufacturer of something. What makes you able to sell those things? Whatever you're manufacturing is... it doesn't matter. The only thing that allows you to actually have a product, manufacture it, and make money, regardless of what that thing is demand. So imagine you have a product and you could capitalize on a situation that would create worldwide demand for something. And keep in mind, these companies that are manufacturing these items, they're supposed, like, no real cost to the individual. But you know who's going to pay the price? Who's footing that bill? Is governments. Because it's kind of like a public service, right? So you've created this demand, and now you're getting money for it because the governments can afford to pay it. And so, yeah, in turn us, inflation, increased tax, whatever, you know, the trickle down effects are. But the point is like, how much of this is created? Whether it be, I'm not talking about like, you know, created as far as, genetically modifying something, but created as far as we can use this situation to emotionally manipulate people and make money. Exactly. And it's not even fully fabricate so much as you can just manipulate. You don't even have to make something up. You can use something that already exists and just have it twisted just enough. The worst lies in the world are the ones that have just enough truth to make them plausible. And I'm reluctant. I'm very, very, very reluctant. And I live a pretty healthy life. What's up, Dave? Ready for the final battle? Welcome in. We're gonna get it started. What are we talking about? Possible mass manipulation. The the sad society we live in, yes. When profits are driven by emotional, and I'm not saying that all this is true. I'm saying that the likelihood of it raises eyebrows, you know, and to the people that have lost family members and loved ones to the pandemic, that is horrible. It's absolutely horrible. You You know, I'm not saying that it doesn't exist. The sickness does exist. But I believe that the situation has been manipulated. Or not even that it has been, that it's extremely possible that the situation's been manipulated to like create a need, a global demand for something. Yeah, that's I think there's I don't want to speculate, but I mean, I know of people that have, like, since there was a training partner from my gym that actually committed suicide. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You know, and even then it's like the movie, the Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix, kind of illustrates that. He was never thrown into a toxic vat, right? No, it was a toxic society that created him. You know, granted, he had some mental issues also, but there's been a mental health toll from the lockdowns and social isolations. Cool dude, what are you doing? What are you doing, cool dude? Nobody wants to be famous. Nobody wants to be famous. Like, I don't really want to be famous. If it happens, it happens. I'll cross that bridge when and or if the time comes. Based on my previous track record, it's probably not going to happen. So I'm not holding my breath for it. But, and honestly, some of my views probably aren't they're not very PC. I'm a pretty honest person. And I don't like, you know, making emotional decisions. I try to look at the facts. And that's not always a popular, you know, approach to things. Yes. And also, Mr. Manchong, the number one objective for those in power is to stay in power, and it's always been that way. It's about re-election. It's about keeping that job. It's about maintaining errors and, you know, whatever it was back in the day. What's up, Keen? I love you. I love you too. We're waiting for some more people to hop in. I don't want a lot of the people that have been looking forward and been sticking it out through this playthrough of Chrono Trigger to miss the end. And it very well may be that we go to do this and we need to go back and grind. Hopefully that's not the case. It really is. And here's the deal, and the way that I see it. It's like one side does a tactic and the other side sees that tactic works, and so they resort to the tactic because, you know, all's fair in love and war, and everything it seems so divisive. And I actually find myself falling into this trap, like, on a regular basis. I see streamers say different things, or, you know, not even different things, but like say controversial things, and it's like all the stuff that I've been exposed to recently is you're forced to choose a side. One side this, the other side that. And that's fine if you're talking about like corn dogs versus pizza, you know, as long as you're not getting mad about it. But it's like it's being applied to everything. It's being applied to politics. It's being applied to, you know, like social situations. It's grossly abused. Yeah, you don't want a hot tub? Join the hot tub fam. Like, what do you mean you don't want one? Is there's something wrong with you? Like, everybody needs a hot tub. Like, it's freaking... It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Not everything is for everybody. What is good for the goose is not necessarily good for the gander. I live in California, right? Which is either the largest or the second largest state in the US. I can't remember if Alaska's bigger or we're bigger. But it's also the most diverse. You can't be on Twitch without one. You're canceling yourself. This is bullshit. Yeah, sorry. We actually do have a hot tub, but we need to set it up. It's needs to be repaired and wired and cleaned out. We got it used, and it's gonna take a lot of work to get it up and running. But that's one of the possible projects this summer. And that's no joke. That's actually no joke. I do have a hot tub. Just can't use it yet. So don't cancel the sub. But like, I lost on that tangent. I lost my train of thought. It's must not have been very important. I blame the weed. And keen for Listerine. Oh, biggest state, thank you. Yeah, so we're an extremely, like, geologically diverse state. Right? There's not very many places that you can go snowboarding and surfing and, like, riding on dunes and, like, all these different other types of habitat just within a few hours of each other. And so because there's such a difference in geology, different types of geology and population densities will attract different types of people with different, a good example. Okay. A good example. If you live in a, like medium-sized suburbia up, and you call the cops, you call 911, generally speaking, unless there are extenuating circumstances, they get to where you are fairly quick. We're talking, 10 minutes or less. If I were to have a life-threatening emergency and I call 911, it would be like 45 minutes for anybody to arrive, whether someone is threatening my life or I am, like, I've cut off an arm and I'm bleeding out and I need an ambulance or something. You know what I mean? So, like, the laws that apply to certain things for those that are in a city should not necessarily apply to people like me that live rurally. But because we are one state, there's a lot of shit that carries over that shouldn't be carried over. You live in a burb, accidentally set, PD showed up 30 minutes later. Well, that's, yeah. I don't know if it's more than English speakers. I think that is kind of an exaggeration. It might be the most Spanish speakers out of all the other states. So one hand like this with your thumb. I have opposable thumbs. I can hit buttons. Look at that. One-handed. Holy shit. No, you can do this. See, look how much better my neck is. And you can also, like, big brain, you can take the phone off of the thing, set it down if you can't tilt your neck, and then use it to dial 911 and then pick up the receiver. I don't even know if rotary phones would work anymore. That's a retro conversation. Holy fuck, big brain. Mind blown. All right, we'll give it another minute and a half. A full hour we've given people to show up. before we hop into Chrono Trigger. It's all good. It's the heat. It's the heat. I completely understand it. I completely understand it. Keen, I spent a lot of time growing up in the desert. Temperatures regularly 110, 115. That's where my grandparents live. They live out in the desert in the mountains. And during the summers, it's dry. It's a dry heat. Fuck off. It's still hot. All right, Keen, get some sleep. Have a good night. Good to see you. Stay safe out there as much as you can. Don't let them keep you down. T-minus 35 seconds before we jump into Chrono Trigger. I thought about going through and pulling out some 72-pin connectors and just, you know what, I'll do that while we wait here. Oh, that doesn't look good. OBS is doing something strange. Okay, so none of these are aftermarket. These have all been removed, and one of them has some pretty severe oxidation. So basically what I'm doing here, this is what for those that don't know, this is what a 72-pin connector for the NES looks like, okay? And over time, the way that the NES is designed, and that's actually got a decent contact there. But this one has a lot of oxidation on one of the pins. So we'll set that one aside as tighter. So what I'm doing here is just taking an NES cart and I'm inserting and just feeling how tight the pins are kind of trying to grip the PCB. The tighter they grip the PCB, the better. This actually feels a little tighter than that one. Because it is. Because the system that I got working that I thought was possibly like had some issues. The 72-pin connector that I have in there. Ooh, that one's really loose. That's not good. I don't like how loose it is. And I'm not going to bring this back to the guy and tell him, oh yeah, this isn't a working system. If it's one of those that I have to, you've got to fuck with the cartridge. You know, one of the things that he does is ooh, this one's got some good tension to it. Okay. These are tight. These are loose. So we're just gonna feel some of these out, and again, we're just doing this to give those that are invested in the playthrough of Chrono Trigger a little bit of time to show up. Yeah, that's kind of loose. I might want to use a different game than like one of my favorite NES games, because I am using Contra to do this. Ooh, this one's really snug. That's nice. I like that. Feels good, man. Okay. Because I can, if there's oxidation on these, I can remove the oxidation. If the pins are worn out, there's things that you can do also, but I don't like, ooh, that's super loose. All right, looks like we've got 3 that are fairly snug. Yeah, you know, and Dave, I'm really thinking about, maybe I do need to do you know, metal! Like, an emote like that. That's good. I like that one. I also, like, I've used the, okay, that one's tighter. I've used the aftermarket ones, the replacement 72. These are all about the same. And I don't like the way that it sits in the NES. Okay. Yeah, it looks like we got 3 that are going to be these 3. That's the back of them. Here's the front. The shorter side connects to the PCB. The longer side is your cartridge connector. And then basically the way that these work, I'll use one of the worn out ones. The way that this works, like, you've got, this is, notice that it's at an angle. Let's see if we can get a little closer. See how it's at an angle like that, guys? Right? So the cartridge goes in at a slant and then you press down like that. And by doing that, yeah, that still feels loose. The way that it's designed, you have shorter pins on the top and these longer pins on the bottom. And so it pushes down and makes contact with the bottom pins as well as the top pins at the same time. The aftermarket ones usually are so snug that when you put the cartridge in, it automatically sits down a little bit. It doesn't rise all the way up. And oftentimes you can get it to read the game without even actually pressing the game down. So, I don't like the way they sit. I just don't like the way they sit. They may read fine, but it's not something that I'm particularly a fan of. All right. What are you doing, OBS? All right. It stopped doing it. I'm scared. I'm scared of stuff going wrong. Because it always seems... It's been going wrong! It's been going wrong. Thank you, by the way, Mr. Manchong, for all the tips and stuff. I'm going to be looking into various solutions and seeing if we can't figure out what the issue is, because the last thing that I need is stuff randomly crashing on us. So, I'm getting, like I said, since I removed the voltage limit of 1.25, because I just kept the CPU at a constant 1.25, didn't let it go below, didn't let it go above. It's what I was seeing was the highest recommended, like, safe voltage. Like, I was seeing the highest single core clock boost that I was seeing was 4.575, but now I'm hitting the full, like, 4.6 on more than just one core. Not at the same time, but, you know, it'll hit that on multiple cores. But I don't want to shorten the life of stuff. But that's just leaving everything at auto, so it downclocks it lower for, like, I don't know what the fuck. I'm smart enough to get myself into trouble, but not smart enough to keep myself out of it and change shit. With that being said, we're gonna switch over. So, based on the walkthrough, we have, like, it recommends that you are, like, basically level 45 for this. Minimum recommended 45. 55 if you want to make it easy. I don't know where we are. I mean, I know where we are. Oof. We are 5 levels below. This might be tough, guys. We may need to go back and do some grinding. Do we go up from here? Yep. You did the final battle with Magus, Chrono, and Marley. Well, these are my most advanced. Like, if we look at the levels of our other party members, you see that it's 37, 37, 38, and 36. This is going to give us the highest probable. You know, we've got 2 people that can do healing. They can also do the like AoE heal as well. Chrono's got decent attacks. So one thing that I did see was a recommendation that you have status prevention. What is it? One of these prevents statuses, correct? Isn't it the Aeon Helm? Yeah, Ayla does really good damage as well. And we have to kill, from what I've seen and read, we have to kill the... Oh, wait, no, it's the amulet! That's what it is. So if we go down... Protect status. Okay. We've unequipped it from them. And we want to make sure... Amulet. We need. I want to get more amulets. So, where can we get an amulet? Who sells one? Hey. You got whacked because you're weak. Going my way? No. The weak always strive to be weaker. What a douche. Alright. What happened? Oh, we got all 9. Okay, so... where would the amulet be? Let's look up. He does have issues, but that's okay. We don't judge him too hard for having issues. We all have issues. So... I'm been looking up keto fudge recipes. Oh god. Welcome to the chat room, which means that some part of OBS has just fucking crashed. This is the story. This is the story of my life. Like sands through the hourglass, the stability of my system tumbles before my eyes. I'm going to try to look this up, though. Roll back that OBS patch. Yeah, maybe. Oh, wait, here we go. It's not just OBS, though. I don't think... Okay. Would it be a graphics driver? I'm not sure. It could be so many different things. Mr. Manchong's been looking at the DMP files to see if we can't get an idea. One points to a SATA error, the other points to another error. Given to Janice by Charlotte, common spheres. Okay, so this is... This is not available for purchase from a vendor. Could be NVMe related. Oh God, I hope not. If it's NVMe related, then it could be motherboard related. And the Crosshair 7 Hero Wi-Fi is not an inexpensive board to replace. It for the second gen Ryzen chips, it was like the cream of the crop. It was as best as you got, and fully featured. Like Der Bauer even said that this board is over-engineered. What is a NBD error? Now, how else? Chrono Trigger. Let's look up Chrono Trigger prevent status. Kiss Slurper by using Panacea. What is up, Plunger? Welcome in. You're showing up just in time. You're not late. I'm doing well. Healing up. Shoulder's getting a little better. This immunity is capable of preventing any... Let's see if this is going to give us the information that we so desire. I am wondering how Vigilance hat. And rainbow helm. Rainbow helm, also known as Arbo helm. His headgear found in Chrono Trigger reduces lightning, can be equipped while party members. The only way to require rainbow helm. What? Halves lightning damage? Bucket. Bucket. Ayla Charm, the Mud Beast. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, you know, we are. Oh, we need to use the. Is it the bucket to get back? No. Come on. Nope. No. 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 Well, if we need to grind, we'll go back and do some of the side quests. Alright, looks like we have to use the bucket. What's up, Skate? Welcome in. What it do, brother boo? Okay, we're probably gonna have to freaking climb the mountain again. Oh, wait, no. Ayla not run, Ayla fight. Here we go. Best dialogue ever. Cometh Massamune. I think we have to climb that hole. Did we do that? This Lavo shell. Inside still strong. Ayla no give up. Alright, Ayla. Come on, let's do this. Okay, we don't have to climb the mountain again. So that's good. That's good to know. Just relaxing on a hot day. I'm trying to heal up. I got a neck injury and a shoulder injury that I'm healing from. Neck's gotten a lot better. Shoulder's still kind of keeping me up at night. Only sleeping a couple hours at a time. Really fucking stuff up. Making things a little bit more complicated than it has to be. And also having some PC issues that hopefully don't cause more issues trying to solve the issues. I know it's redundant, but I think you understand. And we are on the very last battle. I wish it were, well, I would regret saying that I wish it were a hot day here. Glad it's not a hot day here. All right. Here we go, guys. Jumping in. From what I've read, we need to kill both hands at the same time. This be our finest battle. Ayla not give up. Okay, we want laser beams. Yes. We knew that was going to happen. How much damage is going to happen? This is kind of going to give us... What? What? Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna fight Cell. They came from somewhere. It might as well have been his nipples. Direct attack on truce. Calm down. How does it look down there? Look at that mode 7. Chorus, Medina, everything's been destroyed. Director, we're under attack. Take cover in the shelter dome. Director, sir, you must come with us. We're out of time. Get moving. This is the end. We're fuckered, son. Yes, sir. Lavos. Well. But the future refused to change. Is this the ending that I got? You can't, this isn't right. What? Is that my ending? I don't know how to okay, when my max health is like 700 and I'm being hit for twice that. I don't know. Let's see what happens. If the same thing happens again. He opens up with lasers. Laser beams. Doors of doom open. Motherfucker. You were expecting 2 hits? What kind of fucking shit? Maybe, well, based on our level, I think we just need to do like all of the side quests. I can't believe that. What a troll. What a fucking troll. It doesn't even say anything about this. Like, I read the entire first phase strat. Did I die? No, I've died and I never saw that screen. Yeah, it doesn't even say this. It doesn't even say anything about this. Wow. I've been trolled. Yeah, no, I've died before and that hasn't been. All right, so we need to go and do all of the goddamn side quests. Oh my god. Alright, so I guess we're going back to Ayla's. No. Yes. I can't believe that. One shot. Like, and I mean, we did fairly well against, I gotta kill everything. We did fairly well against, you know, Lavos's other form, so I don't get it. I just don't understand it. Why would there be a difficulty jump like that between phases? Like, oh, you could survive, but then all of a sudden it's, nah, one shot. Like hardcore one shot. Overkill one shot. Crushing blows. Yeah, that's not right. There is a lot that I can compliment this game on. So many different amazing aspects, loads of fun, good innovative battles and abilities and depth of play, all that kind of stuff. But the difficulty jump from, I mean, we were in the last battle. Basically, right? We're fighting the end boss. The next thing you do, if you just follow, is get wrecked. Okay, so for Ayla's really strong defensive item, first head to the ruins of Laruba village, which is this the ruins of Laruba? That's the chief's hut, the meeting site, Ioka hut, Ioka hut. Okay, so that's Ioka village. We need to find Laruba village. That's the reptites. That's the cave. Is Laruba village in the forest? Yes, Laruba ruins. Who disturbs my slumber? New. Just trying to get some shut-eye. I'll change Ayla's name, so let me get some rest. No, we're fine with Ayla being Ayla. I forget. No need for the stone, so I give it to you. Okay, 1 silver rock. Sleep well. Wait, what does the silver rock do? I think it unlocks a triple attack. Invokes triple attack, spin strike. Okay. Prevents stop and slow. Okay. Ruby armor. Yeah, I think we've already got ruby armor, don't we? No. We've got Ruby Vest. What's the good news, Dave? You're getting a new car. Free real estate. That's awesome. What kind of car are you getting? All right, let's go to the Elder Hut. I don't think we've got the right. Pablo's Fall. Reptide's gone. Good. Something bad. You're not give up. You're not. You don't give me a whole lot of information. Nice. Basically a new car. That's super sweet. A VW Vento. I don't know either. Your guess is as good as mine. Okay, I don't have enough there. And honestly, that only... That only does 30%. So, or a 30 more percent, I should say. It's the Jetta's little brother. Sweet! Volkswagen make good cars. Okay, so we need to go to 2300 AD. You know what, guys? I don't got time for you. There it is. Since February. That is super cool. Muse and I need to get a... We need to get a vehicle. Every vehicle we have has issues right now. That's no fun. Having computer issues, having vehicle issues. Son of beaches. I like how we kind of slid off to the diagonal to the side there. That's super awesome, Dave. Well, I thought we were going to be beating this today. I don't know if we're going to be able to... Like, there are a lot of side quests. And if we're just getting one shot by the very first attack... I may need to take a break from Chrono Trigger for a bit. Oh my god. One second, guys. I will be right back. Need a quick AFK.
Ready, boy? That's 24 megs worth of weapons, worlds, and weirdos old killer's up against. Nintendo's biggest game ever. He's a big boy. He can handle it. Well, let's see how he did. Ship it! Super Metroid, only on the Super NES.
You don't need a Tetris shot.
Tetris.
How do you even Tetris-size?
Square, rectangle, trapezoid, tetrazoid.
Nintendo introduces Tetris.
Put a piece here, put a piece there. Use your thumbs, use your eyes. Find yourself Tetris-size.
Now you're playing with power.
the shadow! Did you see the shadow? Look out!
I've heard kids talking about Konami video games from the Nintendo Entertainment System like they were real. Come on! I mean, the action in Konami's Russian Attack is awesome. And those dudes in Castlevania are pretty intense. And I'll even admit that the sound in Konami games is jamming. But realistic? Give me a break.
Konami video games, so real, they'll blow you away.
Play Rad Racer. Play with power. It's turbo speed in 3D. It's treacherous tracks, hot cars, hairpin turns. One mistake and you'll roll. Rad Racer, only from Nintendo.
The prismatic helmet. Okay. How do we get the prismatic helmet? Let's take a look. That's from Charmable from Queen Zeal. Headgear, Chrono Trigger, completion of the trial side quest. The rainbow shell can be forged by. Oh my god! Okay, so we thought we were at the end of the game. We thought we were at the end. Are we at the end? No! These optional quests don't look very optional right now. Like, if we didn't have a walkthrough, we would have just continued on based on how we performed with the previous phase of the boss fight. I think we're going to take a break. I think we're going to take a break from Chrono Trigger. Let me save it real quick, actually. What do you have to say, old man? You wish to fight Lavos, correct? Many paths lay open to you. You may use the bucket or fly the wings of time to the day of Lavos. Or there's the Black Omen, which floats in the sky above your world. Lavos is somehow connected with it. It's up to you to decide when and where to fight Lavos. By now, you must realize you are the only ones who stand a chance against him. However, you will not be alone. I have had this vague glimpse. I have had vague glimpses of events, people, and places that will empower you. In the Middle Ages, a woman's sheer determination brings a forest back to life. A fugitive in the Middle Ages, Ozzy, maintains an evil hideout. There's a task to be done in the future where machinery originated. And there's a very special stone that can shine its light on each generation, from the distant past to the far future. There's a ghost of a lofty knight slain by Magus in the Middle Ages who haunts the present. There's an object in the Middle Ages that sparkles like a rainbow. One of you is close to someone who needs help. Find this person fast. Just as you touch the lives of every life form you meet, so too will their energy strengthen you. Fail to live up to your potential, and you will never win. I am sorry that I must simply witness the coming spectacle from my vantage point here. Are you serious? 200 saves. Fuck you, game. All right. Optional quests. Optional quests. They don't feel very optional. It is a great game. I'm not saying that it's not. I am absolutely not saying that it's not. I agree 100% wholeheartedly that it is a fantastic game. I was all geared up for beating it today. But I'm looking at the sheer, I mean, from what I can tell, this is hours and hours and hours to go through. And they're all listed as optional. Yeah, I mean, maybe you were a higher level. I need to save the, it looks like I need to save the, which one is this? Oh God, this is the Black Almond. I need to save that one for last. What a con. What a con. What's up, Asumi? It's bad. It's bad, Asumi. We got one-shotted by the final boss, the final phase of the final boss. I thought we were going to be able to beat the game today, but it turns out we have to do pretty much all of the optional side quests. They're not very optional. You kind of need to do them. Like he literally, like his first attack kills the entire party. We don't even get an option to get in any menus. And it gives us like the worst ending you can get, which is basically the world dies, the future refuses to change, Lavos has killed everything. The end. No credits, just restart. And I'm not down for that. Not really down for that. That's not the ending we want. So some of this I'm gonna do off stream. I'm not gonna lie. Like when I've got free time in the evenings or something, I might pound some of these out. But like looking at the walkthrough, it really looks like this is gonna be a few hours, a few more days of getting through this. So as a break for today, I think we're gonna play some Nintendo, and not Super Nintendo Chrono Trigger. Just go ahead and turn this off. I don't have to deal with your shit. I think we're gonna bust out with some NES stuff. Switch over there. Yeah, big oof. And actually, you know what? We don't even have to fully Castlevania Simon's Quest. You troll, you. What I'm going to do, actually, though, is I'm going to take one of these tighter 72-pin connectors. And I'm going to install it on this board here. There's just enough light for me to do this. It's not like I'm soldering anything. But you guys will be able to see if I do this. Watch it. This causes my computer to crash. There we go. All right, let's see. And we can actually, I can show you more signal demonstration. More signal demonstration. I am going to update the stream title here shortly. I should do that now. Actually. There we go. Update. That way people aren't misled. We are going to get back to Chrono Trigger eventually. The game's got me a little tilted. Not going to lie. Game's got me a little tilted. We were completely debated. And yeah, so just need a break for today. We will get back into it. Now we play other stuff. That's the truth. That's the truth. And it's not just playing other stuff. The cool thing is I have all the stuff here to kind of like repair. So this is a really loose 72-pin connector. It didn't look oxidized at all. Oh yeah, that's no bueno. That's like a bowl of warm water. That's a hot dog down a tunnel. That is, can't even feel the sides. This one, however, much tighter. We'll try this one. We'll try this 72-pin connector. Line it up properly. There we go. That looks good. All right. So we're going to put the game tray back in. Is this the one that gets stuck? Or is it this one? One of these gets stuck. I guess I'll find out. Alright. Ah, the life of repairing video game consoles. Chrono's an asshole. It's a great game. Do all the grinding. Do all the freaking side quests. The optional side quests are not very optional. Come on. Sometimes these things just want to be difficult. Get on there, you son of a bitch. There we go. You good? You good, NES? Ah, there we go. That's on, that's on. The cool thing about working on an NES is that all of the screws that you need to fuck with the exception of the ones for the controller port and various external accents, are the exact same size. And so it's not like a GameCube or an N64 where you've got a bunch of different size and types of screws. No, these are all just regular old Phillips. And so it makes it a little easier to work on these, like take a bunch of them apart and try to piece together, you know, a working console. Make sure that's not lined up. There we go. You have a day off, so you want to play something that's not Final Fantasy XIV. Okay. So, you guys are about to see, and I'm going to switch over now. Where did I have you set? Here we go. What's up, Leon? So Chrono Trigger is a cheap bastard. We've been debated. It's going to take hours of grinding in order to beat the final boss. Like, we're on the final boss, but the comparison from the first form to the second form is like we got one-shotted twice with basically the same damage. So what we're doing now, some NES repairs. A Plants vs. Zombie first-person shooter. Jesus. Why? That sounds weird. Okay. So, this is the signal from an unmodified... Let me go to front. All right. There we go. Solid screen. Let's put in Contra, see if this wants to work. Boom. How difficult would an RGB mod to an NES? Pretty difficult. The RGB modding in NES is not as simple as like RGB modding an N64. You have to desocket chips, and there's a lot that can go wrong. So it is not a simple mod. The mod itself is like $100+. And so, yeah, not simple, not simple at all. But look at how noisy that signal is. You guys want to see the difference? You guys want to see the difference between an unmodded and this one's a little noisier than a couple of the other consoles that I have repaired. Trying to gauge if you can do it. If you've got a good soldering iron and some skills with, and also it's not just a soldering iron, you actually need a desoldering. You're an amateur with soldering. Yeah, that I would be a little apprehensive about undertaking because the mod's expensive and you're modding a console that can be replaced, but it's not necessarily inexpensive to replace. So this is an unmodded NES, right? I want you guys to take a picture, a mental picture of what this looks like. And what I need to do is change what we're doing because we're not doing Chrono Trigger right now. There you are. Hey, what do you know? OBS had a kind of a crash issue again. Come on. Oh, man. Why? Why you do this? Yeah, the NES is one of my favorite consoles. The games are very much pick up and play. All right, you know what? And because it's doing that, it's not. Oh, now that's not going to respond. Oh, wow, this is fun. Yeah, some games are exceptionally affordable. All right, hold on. I can't believe this. Let's just see if I can switch. Nope, I can't switch. All right, if it crashes, guys, I will be right back. Hang in there, please. Oh God, it's all gone wrong.